So let me first address what Mika said. Okay. Now, I don't disagree with anything you said, but I think we need to look at this. Leadership. See, one mistake we make, we think that a person in position is a leader. See, let's look at it. For someone to get to position, they must be first a leader. And then we raise them into position. See, we right now, we elect people who have not shown leadership. Okay, and we expect them to get to office and now display leadership. How can they? You see, when you talk about young people contesting for presidency, okay, I wouldn't stop them, but if in their personal lives, in their small businesses, in their local community, they have been displaying leadership in various areas. Okay. See, when someone has displayed the potentials as a leader, I don't think that people who know them will say, no, he should not contest for political office because he's young. If at 20, you have displayed the potential as a leader, you have helped so many people in your community, why would those people want to stop you from? Yeah. So David, what do you want to say? You want to say something about it?
Yeah, I want to, and I think it's arguable.
Okay.
So it's arguable, and the reason why I'd say it's arguable, if you want to take into consideration, I'm sure you know about Papa Doc. That's the former president of AT.
Mm.
I keep forgetting. I remember him as Papa Doc. Papa Doc played a huge role in AT's healthcare sector before he became president, but
Yeah.
he actually went down as one of the most ferocious dictators
Yeah.
in the history of nationalism. And I think the perception that we have about leadership, it's not, maybe it's not what it is, because we always expect that we affiliate morals with leadership. But you know uh, I'm sorry, I'll just have to bring it back to so I had a conversation. We have what we call the inclusion dialogue every Friday. You should actually join in on Clubhouse at South Africa, right?
Okay.
And yeah, and we address some of these issues around inclusion and marginalization or whatever. And I asked the question. Everyone during the Nigerian presidential election, everyone was clamoring for Peter Obi to win, like most people were. But
A lot of
most
young people
a
did.
lot of
Okay.
young people did. And I asked the question that if you found out tomorrow that Peter Obi as a woman somewhere who's got children for him that he never got married to, some of these things are against our social norms in Africa, would you still give him your vote? And most people said no. Why would they? Like, oh, that makes it. I'm like, well, that's the problem. You see, we always affiliate morals to leadership. The fact that he's got a wife somewhere doesn't necessarily mean that he's unable to deliver on the promises that he has made to Nigerians, does it? It doesn't. And that's one of the major issues that we have. So the reason why I decided to come in, and that is because we always expect that it's logical.
Yeah.
If you want to appoint a leader, you appoint someone who has a track record of service, someone who has a track record of putting people first. However, it's not sufficient enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's never sufficient enough. I think what's more important than the person's track record is, or the person's past, is more about where the person's future, where you're taking us to. And that's why one important question we have at Salt Out when we hire is we find out like what's the future? What's if you were to be the CEO of our organization, the director of our organization, where would you take us to? Because people can in their CVs, you get to see what people have done in the past, but
Yeah.
you don't hire people because of their past. You
Okay.
don't work with people because of their past, because of their future. So leadership in Africa
Very good. Very good.
should be forward oriented, not
okay. So that's true. But where I was going to is that so young people should not aspire to the highest office. There are so many other offices. Okay. See, we want young people to be presidents. How about councillors? How about chairmanship of local government offices? Okay, where they can display their political leadership at small scales. Okay, and then maybe in 5-10 years they can aspire to presidency. But what my point is that we need to display leadership across the board, not just until I get to the top, I won't show leadership.
Yeah.
We need to show leadership in our personal life, in a small community. Okay. And then, we need leaders in every space. So there are so many opportunities for young Africans to display leadership, apart from even political offices. There are so many other places. Right now, 2 of you are displaying leadership.
It's debatable though.
Well,
for me, like I'm just
see, if you guys haven't done this, your organizations will not be existing. Right now. You have the organizations you have because you have taken initiative to say, I see this problem and I want to solve it. Right? That's true. Mika, any word from you?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think, in African politics, for so long, politics has been leading Africa, our countries. It feels like it's the main thing beyond anything, like beyond it being a doctor or being a teacher, being a police or, other jobs. That's why these days, the easiest way of making money is by becoming
politics. Yeah.
And that's a pretty bad job that has been done by, our people before. But changing that mentality. And I think that's why you see a lot of people who are successful are politicians. But, in our countries, a lot of doctors, some of them, they demonstrate, they don't want to go to work because of the payment. Teachers, for example, in my country, teachers are people who fail. Like if you fail, you go and you start to become a teacher.
Exactly. And that's wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong. But because we don't really pay attention to them and we don't really prioritize what is the most important thing for us. Education it has to be the most important thing. All right. Health, it must be the most important thing. Politics is something that later on, but everything about leadership right now, it's politics, and which is taking everything away from us. So what you said, I think, and a lot of young people, most of them, brother, I'll tell you, most of them, they don't want to be in politics. They hate. When you talk about politics, they hate it. We don't want to be this. When you talk about leading the country or being a leader somewhere, they hate it. I would rather just do my business and live my comfortable life than, risking my life being a leader of like countries or whatever. So I think what you said is really important, that leadership, you don't even need to be, for me, I believe you don't need to be in a position to be a leader. You are a leader already. of your own life. So how are you guiding and leading your life? And then you have family, you have brothers, sisters, you have friends. How
exactly
you portray yourself, right? You are in the company or you have your own organization. How do you lead those people that are below you? I think this is how we, prepare this chain of, good society that we need. And I'm, we need to try our best to do that, wherever we are,
Yeah, very, very good.